See? And if I had put filters on right now, because this is going to be playing, if I put filters on right now, you'd all be loving it. 8 p.m. Standard Pacific Time. Evening chat with Maker Millwright. Hello. Good afternoon. You can see my hair is a disaster. I just hopped out of the shower. You know, I was just not feeling quite right, so I had to hop in the shower before talking to y'all. So, hey, Brandon, welcome. So, you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to do my hair. I know I wear a baseball cap, but I still do my hair every time. So, I actually got it cut at my local barber, Stag Barbershop. They do a really good job in my experience. Traditional barbershop. So, it's all that kind of like fun BS. Yeah, good times. Small business, locally owned. Yep. I'm doing well, thank you, Brendan. How are you? I'm just about to put some product in my hair. Give me a minute, and then I have a little bit to go over in my book, and then I'll take some questions. Friday is, Friday night is the right night. Can you hear any music? Because I don't know if it's too loud or not. All right. Oh, perfect. So, tonight, I'm going to wear a bow tie. Hello, Wayne. How are you? Honestly, it's because I'm lazy. This is actually a pre-tied bow tie. You can get them in sets. They're really great. They come with a handkerchief, a bow tie, a traditional tie, and sometimes a tie pin. Real gentlemen don't wear these. I will show you, though, something that, as you get into fancier shirts, you're going to need to know about. So you see this white tab? Those are those collar tabs. And you might always question to yourself, well, why do I need collar tabs? Well, nowadays, your collars collapse because they don't really starch them anymore when they dry clean them. At least not in my experience. So when you find a fancier dress shirt, it'll have collar tabs. Now, you might say, okay, well, who cares about collar tabs? No one cares about collar tabs. But they come in 3 configurations. Okay, they come in a sewn-in, a removable, and then sort of a like pseudo built-in because it's a different shape. Normally they're a long teardrop, and what they do is they stick in and they let the corners of your shirt be sharp, right? Because everybody likes a sharp shirt, right? How's my camera height tonight, guys? I designed a whole new bracketry to hold all this stuff together. So it's I printed it off of a year-old plastic. It was really great. And then you gotta wear your jewelry because a man's a king no matter where he serves, right? So I wear stainless steel. I don't think that fashion jewelry has to be. I don't think you need to wear $14,000 worth of gold around your neck to get your point across about style. Oh, excellent. So helpful. And you'll notice I often mix pagan. So like I'll wear a Norse. I often wear Thor's hammer, which I'm wearing today. And I'll mix it with either silver chains or like medallions or whatever, because I also wear a Norse compass. When it comes to fashion, it's one of those things that, particularly daily style, one of the things I've always heard is like, oh, well, put everything you want on and then take one thing off. I disagree with that. We live in such a boring world, and the likelihood of you damaging, like this is a handmade vest, right? It's like one of my few prized items. I have 2 of them. This one was handmade for me, and it's not so expensive as to, if it were to be damaged, it's irreplaceable, but it happens to be one of my favorites. And it's actually funny, there's a funny story behind it. When I bought this vest, I was just changing over the gentleman's style, putting a little more effort into the way I dress daily. And what came up was I went in, It's a made-to-order catalog item, so you get to pick through the textiles and then the cut. Now, I like to wear a large, like a cut. I think this is a double-breasted with the large open chest, just because I like the bright shirts personally. You've seen me lately wear a very high collar, more of a utility style vest. I like those because they remind me of that like Victorian era sort of feel, without all the garbage attached to it. And it's funny because they were the two full vests I'm wearing lately are Amazon finds. I think they're about $40 a piece, so it's not like they're expensive, So, but yeah, as for shirt tabs, which I guess it devolved from, you can also get shirt tabs that are paper, plastic, and metal. Now, the metal ones they recommend you take out because they commonly wear out of the corners, but I often leave my paper or wooden ones in. So, and I don't have any plastic ones. But the plastic ones are basically made out of pop bottles, PETG, or PET, depending. So, I'm not a huge bow tie guy. I'm not, I'll be honest with you. I generally like a skinny tie. And my favorite knot is the H.P. Lovecraft knot or the Clover knot. But I'm not very good at it. And I didn't grow up in a world where you wore clothes like this. So for me, it ends up being a little different. Thank you. Yeah, it's the high and tight. I like the high and tight. It makes me look like a Victorian gangster, I guess. But I used to shave my head when I was younger, and then I grew it out there was a long time there where I was growing my hair out in high school. I grew my hair out for 4 years. I had long blonde hair. Yeah, there's pictures of me floating on the internet. So, and now that's why I try to go a little more stylish. It's generally why I shoot down jeans and t-shirts for men, just so you guys know. I feel like if children wear it, men wear it, and women wear it, it's just like a generic thing. So when it comes to style and choice, there's an expectation. But like, I'll put it to you this way, right? I could wear a pair 501 Levi button-up blacks, a t-shirt that said, I wish the world ended in 2012, and like a generic black face mask. I could. You can do it. Everyone can do it. You can wear t-shirts and do that. I could fit into that stereotypical look. Absolutely. But now with Amazon and the diversity of the internet, you can get textiles so that you don't have to feel like you're wearing work clothes all the time, right? I work in a heavy industry where grease, oil, and metal penetrate your body. So you end up wearing thick, double woven canvas all the time. So like my underwear is cotton, my pants are cotton, my coveralls are cotton, my t-shirt's cotton, my overshirt's cotton. Because flame in the industry I work in is dangerous. And you want that heavy cotton to protect you. Even if it has grease on it, it's still less likely to burn than something with polyester in it. So that's just a little touch. That's where my entrance into the gentleman culture comes from. Because as an industrial mechanic, that's where I made my money, right? Like that, the style and everything, that all comes from money that I did through my trade that allows me this opportunity, right? So I think that anyone can do what I do. I think that anyone can put a little effort into their look. And that's why I've been spreading and asking questions about sort of everyone's feedback. And you'll see there's a posted question there now. I actually didn't get enough replies back this week to post it. So I will point out, though, that one of my friends, allies, people on the internet, you strangers, you people I love, he is so busy. He was like, oh, I'd love to answer this for you. He's like, I'm so busy, dude. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, man, it's not like that. So I will try to post an English and a French version of my questions as much as I can. Oh, bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va? Qu'est-ce que tu fais aujourd'hui? Hello to all my French friends, if you're still here. Yes. But there comes a point where jeans and t-shirts, yes, style and safety. And remember, like Levi Strauss, this Levi Strauss company comes from the cotton company, and they produce textiles for farmers, right? Like that's where it comes from. So jean or double woven or herringbone jean or duck canvas are all like field work clothing. And I understand that the lower class of people with their diversity, rich people generally try to dress down to match so they don't feel separated, so there's no division. But the simple truth is, like, man, if you're paying, like, Levi's are not cheap, okay? Levi's are $100. So if you're not buying, like, say, Kirkland or another generic brand of jean, so you're paying a premium for work clothing. And don't even get me started on Carhartt and, oh, there's a Canadian brand, but I wear Carhartt because my clothes catch on fire. I don't know why you wear Carhartt. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand why you pay for the extra coating. I don't understand why you pay for the double weave. And I definitely don't understand why you would want to wear something so friggin' heavy, ever. It blows me away. It just blows me away that people would wear bib coveralls. Okay, the bib coveralls that I wear when I weld, which I don't recommend because it burns the crap out of your phone. They're double leg, double crotch. That's heavy. So I wear clothes now that weigh almost nothing. And I'm not of an age where I concern myself with that. So just give me a second, I need a drink, and I'll be right back. Well, hello. Should I get my notes out? You guys interested in my notes? I know, Wayne, you sent me some answers, but we're not going to get to them tonight, buddy. I'm sorry. No one else got back to me. Oh, I plucked my eyebrows too much. See that? Yeah, I plucked my eyebrows. I don't want a unibrow, and I like them to be shaped. I also trim my beard, as you can see. I also get a nice haircut when I can. So, yeah, I guess I should grab a book. So we'll put this live. I'm not very organized. I'm trying to put together. I'd like to have a co-hosted show, or with a special guest. We can talk about everything, 3D design. Look, man, I'm from the real, so this Instagram stuff's great for making new friends, and for me, it's very rewarding because it allows me to talk to strangers in different languages in different places that I would never have the opportunity. But in turn, it's also very hard on me. Just so you guys know, I get a lot of rejection through Instagram and Twitter. So. That's right. Friday, 8 p.m. I've been up since 4 a.m. drinking energy drinks to talk to you lovely people. Yeah, there's a lot of pauses in this video today. I'm sorry. Alright, back. Cool. Okay, so the book of the week. I've been reading all week. I'm into chapter 3. Superintelligence, Nick Bronstrom. I just got through the section on DNA selective embryo engineering, or eugenics, which we know the world has a nasty habit of. He's talking about, so in this chapter, he's talking about building a computer that it itself will not be super intelligent. Okay, it'll have machine learning, but it won't be it will not be sentient. Okay, it will not be awake. So they'll take a machine learned computer, and then they'll do embryonic DNA selecting to improve DNA standing of intelligence of the human race, right? Because like they'll take a bunch of embryos, fertilized embryos, or even they can at some point they'll probably even be able to take out the gene sequence out of probably the egg, probably not the sperm. But that, I don't know. You're talking like thousands of eggs. So, but again, like he's not saying that's the end solution. It ties into what Elon Musk is trying to do, which is that Neuralink. So basically, you would end up with embryonic, like your parents would end up with an opportunity before you're born to do embryonic changes to make you smarter, for example. And that's like scary, right? But that's like one of the ways they're talking about developing like super intelligence, and then they would be able to mimic that system in computers, or they hope to. So it's not as hard reading as I thought it would be, but it is way drier than I expected. That's not Nick Bronstrom's fault. It's just the material. I got interested in superintelligence and machine learning probably 15 years ago when I learned about like mechanical computators, and they built mechanical computators in like the 1800s. So that's like a series of mechanical switches that will compute numerical values for you using division and pi. So that's actually really a big deal. So, and they were all made of wood and brass and stuff. They were really cool. But like, I think one or two were built. They were super, super hard to build. That's why electronics are great, right? Because an electronic switch is infinitesimally small. I've seen 3D printed circuits at the atomic level, I think. I think that's the last I saw of it. And then carbon tubing with microcomputers. So that's something. Oh, so this is funny. So Seth Goley, the writer of Even for Anarchs and Cowboys, has asked me to ask you all. Well, I kind of asked him. Do you have any questions for him? He's a writer. He's wrote 60 books. He's written everything from child's books to high fantasy to, of course, the thought experiment that is Even Anarchists and Cowboys. Yeah, I know, right? But if you have some questions for him, what it's like to write, why he writes, all these other things, he would love to answer them. Drop them in the comments below. I can give you the name. So, and I guess it would be nice if there was more people for this reveal. But after talking to Seth last weekend, Seth approached me and said, "Do you want to do another book?" I was so honored. I said to Seth, well, this time you're going to have to decide, are we making a commercial item? Or are we making something we like again? Because the thought experiment that is Even for Anarchists and Cowboys, is purely a thought experiment, purely a dialogue between me and the reader, and then it's being deciphered by Seth. So Seth, he comments on things. And it's really great. He ties it in because a lot of the times, I'll draw an abstract idea from somewhere and reference it to what I'm working on, and people are like, that's not true, but it is, because I have a really good memory, I guess. I'm working on trying to get an eidetic memory, but it takes a lot of practice. So you have to do like memory tricks and stuff. And I don't know. So the next book, I want to name it The Methodical Machinations of a Mad Mechanic. It might be too many M's though. I hear authors don't like is it onomatopoeias? Maybe an onomatopoeia. All right, and then we'll slip a little cosplay in there. As you can see, I posted a story. Just shouting out some love to everybody in the hood. Love everybody. Love you all. I hope that they pick up their feet. Because if they pick up their feet, we could have something by the fall. Right? Like the people who are in charge, if they pick up their feet, we could all have something relatively understandable by fall. That would be really cool. So, oh yeah. So I'm toying with this, 2 new sets of questions. The first set of questions, so these are so-called gentleman questions. Do you smoke? And if so, do you use a smoking device? Now, you might say, well, what's a smoking device? A smoking device is everything from a vape to a style of yeah, thanks, Wayne. A vape to a type of pipe to just cigarettes or cigars or cigarillos, whatever you're into. What type of smoking device do you prefer? Because not necessarily true, right? Because here in Canada, cannabis is legal. So hash, some people own a hash pipe, but they may not own a cannabis pipe. I think they're different. Is there a particular type of smoking product you enjoy? I like to mix my cannabis, so I'll mix cannabis and tobacco. which I think they call down in the States a blunt, but I smoke that in a water pipe. Okay, here's an interesting one, because this one matters to me actually, because I use small lighters because I lose them all the time. They run out of fuel and I break them because they get crushed. But I wanted a heating coil because I thought a heating coil might be interesting, like in the old cars. So the question, I guess, comes down to is, what is your favorite type of lighting device? I.e., and again, if you have a particular type of vape, that would be okay. Lighter match, because matches are important with sandalwood to cigar lovers, because they don't want to contaminate the flavor of the tobacco. Or a heating coil. And I saw a heating coil on Bespoke Post, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Flameless lighter, right? Here's one that almost no one will hit. Almost no, because I am the only person I know that has one. I have a smoking jacket. Now, a smoking jacket is generally made from velour or velveteen, or velvet, depending on the range. Mine is velveteen, which is artificial velvet, because I can't afford a handmade suit yet. And it's blue, and you will see me wear my velveteen blue jacket from time to time on Fridays and Saturdays. It is a smoking jacket. I have no idea reason why. I don't understand why you would want something with a higher surface area to be an object you smoke tobacco in, or cigars. And you might say cigars. Blah, blah, blah. So I don't really know, other than it's a casual jacket because of the cut. And then, for me, I would say, do you use a humidor? And then I would have a bunch of questions about humidors, because I would be curious, do you store... Humidors are good for regulating the moisture content of your tobacco, and they're used primarily with cigarillos and cigars. But do people use them for separate cut tobacco, like hand shaved tobacco, or do they use them for storing their cannabis? Because cannabis has a level of moisture that's required, right? So when it comes to smoking sections, that's it. Hello, Ali. Welcome, you troublemaker. Just for you, I had bunny ears on earlier. Oh, and this one, so there's another set. So if you're not into the smoking questions, that's okay. The second set comes to jewelry. And this is a hard fight with a lot of people, this one here. Now, I wear 2 watches all the time, every day. I wear 2 watches because I can, because I want to, and because watches are working jewelry. Okay? So I like rings. I like huge rings. The bigger the better. I like big chains. I like heavy metal stuff. But watches are so cool because it's a device of beauty, and it's mechanical in its beauty. So I really like watches. So first question is, what type of watch do you like? I like Nixon mostly. I wear a Nixon, Invicta, and Timex. This guy here is a Timex. It's really simple. It's really nice. And it costs next to nothing. It's like $55. So this one's sort of like batting it out of the park here. This is not really for everyone. This is definitely a gentleman's question. Do you wear a watch, and what style of watch do you wear? Because there might be some people who get back to me, if I'm lucky, that wear tourbillons. And I would love to have a tourbillon, but they're very, very expensive. So if you out there in internet land have a tourbillon, or a quadbillion, or another very, very fancy mechanical watch, please send me it working. Send me some videos of it working, because I friggin' love watches. Do you wear jewelry? I myself wear non-precious metal, and I wear style items. So you can see I had a bracelet on today. Like you'd think that would be taboo to speed. It's not. It's actually a bunch of skulls. Can you see that? Yeah. That was a little expensive, like $14. The watch was like $55. Steel chains, you can get them anywhere. I'm not a religious person, but I do like the idea of Thor traveling through the sky, eating his goat, right? It's pretty funny. I also wear rings. I generally wear 8 rings or 6. I when I wear 6, it's generally not on my ring finger. Yeah. So we did rings, bracelets, necklaces, watches, pocket watches. Okay, so this is a thing in the gentleman's culture, and I haven't met a lot of gentlemen because of the friggin' lockdown. But the men I know online who I speak to will wear a watch chain and a pocket watch. Now, I know that the original watch for travel was a pocket watch. The original construction of wristwatches came much, much later, like almost 100 years later, and they were first made in Switzerland. But, and if you don't know, the first full Swiss in-house watch was made by Zenith, not Rolex. And if you want a Rolex but you can't afford one, you might want to look at Tudors. So, I also like to ask, do you carry a handkerchief? And what color is your handkerchief? If you understand why I asked what color that is, please leave a comment below. And do you often carry hand cleaner? I carry hand sanitizer everywhere I go now. I didn't before, but it is what it is. Good night. Lots of love, Wayne. Be safe. Thank you for tuning in. We will definitely be getting to your answers. Don't worry. Next Friday. It's going to be a short stream tonight, guys. So, off the topic of fashion and into the topic of design, I've been wanting to make some chef's knives with the remove steel technique. I have a belt sander given to me as a hand-me-down, and I've designed a 3D printed bracket that I'll use to raise and cant the angle of the belt sander so it becomes a permanent fixed position. So here's my cam arm assemblies, if you can see there. As you can see, the roller rides inside the upper and then rotates on the lower. And then you hold, that's your clamping device. You know, we're always looking for solutions. I've been working on a couple of cosplay projects. I recently did my Mandalorian helmet. I painted it. It's not done, but I painted it so that I could do the May with you guys. One of probably the nicest people who ever talked to me, Veggie Spider-Man, asked me if I'd be doing a photo shoot. The truth is, guys, I don't have anyone who photo shoots me. My experience with photographers is positive, but I think that they prefer to shoot women. So I don't have any photographers that owe me, so no photographer shoot me. And even then, a lot of them want me to send things to them, so without any real reward for me. I have been looking to do headshots for over a year. I would just like to have headshots because I think I look pretty good. I like the way I look right now. I like that. It's tight. You definitely eat a sandwich, but you know, whatever. I'm trying to get to that 1%. Okay, so where else are we going here? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I thought there'd be more interactions. I thought I'd get more information back today. Everybody's busy. I'm not. Happy Friday. I drank an energy drink just to stand here in the light and say hi, I guess. It's been a short one today, I guess. Yeah, drop me a line. Fridays, good times. Lots of love from me to you. All the luck I can give you. You are wonderful, great, and you deserve a place in this world. Thank you for joining in.